people around, and his new special, Talking Funny, is a behind-the-scenes look at stand-up comedy with his pals Chris Rock, Jerry Seinfeld, and Louis C.K. sitting around talking about what else being funny. Take a look.
This is Jerry Seinfeld doing Louis C.K.
Right. Okay.
So I'm going on my vacation with my family. We pack up the car and the kids, and I'm clicking in the car seats, and I put the wife in, and I get everything set. And it's so much work to get a family in a car. I close the door for my wife on the passenger side. I walk around to the driver's side. That's my vacation.
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
Something that's total. That's a completely Seinfelded version.
Really?
I mean, you really polished it up. You made it
Really?
nice. You made it nice.
Okay, please welcome back Ricky Gervais. Touching your germaphobe?
No, they said keep it quick, just go and sit down.
Oh, okay, so we can touch you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm like, wow, we just thought you were huggy. Because you gave hugs the last time you were here.
I feel like a strippergram. Who's got $1?
You know, we haven't seen you really around since the Golden Globes, where
They
you
keep
were...
a low profile.
Yeah, well, they attacked you, but they said that you were mean and rude, and you were surprised at that. Why, you were surprised. Let me just read one of the things they thought was...
I am mean rude. I'm surprised they attacked me for it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me read one thing they thought was mean, and we'll decide whether it was mean or not, okay? Referring to Sex and the City 2, you said, I was sure the Golden Globe would go to the team that airbrushed that poster.
Yeah.
A little sexist.
No, it's not. Why is it sexist?
Well, because you're saying that the girls are older and they need to be airbrushed.
No, I think they look great at their age. Why hide it?
Oh.
I don't think that you lose your sensuality or your beauty because you hit 53. I'm saying, why are they hiding it?
Oh, I see. That's not
Do you think that the joke, when you have to explain the joke, that maybe it wasn't told, that because people didn't get it, or you think that most people got it?
I'm defending my motives, not the joke. I stand by the joke. Yeah. I don't think I have anything to apologise for, but that's not the joke. I think if you're going to criticise, you've got to understand the joke before you can.
Okay, how about this one? Referring to the I Love You, Philip Morris movie, you said, two heterosexual actors pretending to be gay, so the complete opposite of some famous Scientologist then. Wink, wink.
I didn't name them. The press did. The press started saying he means these. I was thinking, that's terrible. No, I didn't do that. They outed people. I would never do that. I think it's terrible.
Has this ruined, has anything happened? Have you had fewer opportunities of people not watching your shows? Has it made any difference?
It made no difference at all. No,
now, if they asked you...
I knew that. I knew it wouldn't make a difference.
No, that was the second time you had hosted. If they asked you to do it again, would you do it?
I don't think I should. I went and I did what I went to do. I thought I'd improve on the first time, and I had a blast, and it was great. But I don't know. I might do it. I might do it again.
And you didn't get to tell that you wanted to?
Well, no, I don't think so. I planned everything that was planned. There was a conspiracy that I was pulled up. Yeah. No, I did everything I was meant to. There was just a big gap. No,
at the end of it, you said, as the show was ending, you yelled out, "Thank you, God, for making me an atheist."
Yeah.
That's funny. He's very ironic.
What's God got to do with it?
That's none of the fact that
If God does everything...
Thank you. Yeah, that's the joke.
From what I've heard of God, he does everything. So he made me an atheist, didn't he? Yeah. Also, how many people thank God for when they win an award? You know, like God's concerned with Sandra Bullock winning an award. He's got earthquakes, he's got pistons. Oh, Sandra Bullock, quick, I want her to win an award. And he goes, thank you, God. Oh, you love me so much. Yeah, God was concerned with you winning an award, love. You know what I mean?
And also, what about the poor schmuck who didn't win the award?
Exactly. Oh, he hates them. God hates them.
I know you're making your point, but I don't think it was Sandra Bullock who said that. But you're making the point. I'm just trying to clear it up.
No, he thinks that's
No, he did.
Yeah, but he was making
he's making a joke.
I'm just trying to help.
It's a funny joke.
Thank you.
Hey, so I want to ask you about the HBO special, Talking Funny. We just saw a clip from it, right? So we got Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Louis C.K. No women comedians on that panel?
Who would you replace?
I don't know.
Replace or add?
No, because it was four people.
It's just 4 people.
Yeah, so who would you take off?
I wouldn't. I would just add.
There you go.
These are his favorites. He has the right.
Perfect,
I think you're right.
We don't have a male on our panel, so we're kind of
special like
guilty.
that, I will do it with women.
No, exactly. They're my friends, and I chose my friends.
Maybe.
Oh, and also, men are intimidated by funny women, so we didn't want them in the room.
Is that right?
No,
That's a joke.
I take everything you say seriously.
Jerry Lewis famously said at one point that he didn't think women were funny. Do you think women are funny?
What's the difference? That's ridiculous.
It's a different sensibility.
Statistically, less women go into stand-up from what I've seen, so there's probably less to choose from.
Right.
But yeah, there are loads of funny women. I've worked with loads of funny women. Of course I have. There's loads of funny women here.
Now, you said something when I was watching your special. You said that you thought, when you were sitting there with Jerry and Chris and Louis, you said you thought that anybody could be funny, Ricky. And I'm going to tell you, because I disagree with that. I went to see Charlie Sheen at Radio City Music Hall. And I said, and we talked about this, and I said...
I almost went the whole show without saying that man's name.
Almost, you know I can. But I had said, at one point I said, to sit on that stage for 80 minutes and think you can hold an audience's attention is quite arrogant. And I went and saw him. It was not funny.
Did you see
him? You know,
I haven't seen him, no.
What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's not a stand-up comedian, isn't he? I think he's...
I think he thought he was.
I think he's going through a bit of a phase at the moment, and I'm worried about it that he's being exploited, to be honest. I don't think, you know, I hope he turns out...
Well, he's the one that's doing the shows.
Of course,
and
yeah.
about
I know,
tickets.
and it's, you know, it's nice now that he's realised a quiet night in doesn't necessarily mean on a life support machine. So he's sorted that a bit out, and it's good. I'm glad to see he's dating. Although I do want to tell him that there are some women in the world who haven't videoed every orgasm they ever had.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So he doesn't have to choose the ones that just...
That's funny. I love that.
About Charlie, just one more point about it is that he is funny when he just speaks or tweets.
Yeah, no, he's great.
But he just can't sustain an hour-and-a-half show. How many people can?
And he clearly had a bit of a problem, and I assume he's sorting out. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But,
Yes, he is. He is sorting it out. How are you, Ricky?
I haven't come here to be insulted.
Why don't you like the show Who Do You Think You Are? That show that traces your heritage. You don't like that show. Why?
Well, no, I was, you know, I was invited to do it a few times. I haven't seen the American one, but in England. And it turns out to be someone who's on there, and they suddenly find out their great-great-grandmother was a prostitute or something, and they start crying. What are you crying for? You didn't know her.
Because he's been
Who cares?
Because they've been doing it on the side and didn't want anyone to know.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't know it was heredity.
Oh, well, it could be. That's the problem. And my friend Carl Pilkington, who I do the animation with, says he'd never do it. He said, because if you had an Einstein in the family, everyone would be talking about it. So you're going to find out your great-great-grandfather was a murderer or a rapist or something. So just don't go there. If you don't know about it, it's probably bad. Yeah.
Ricky, when you're watching, it was, you know, really great watching this with you guys and seeing you talk about the craft of comedy. Why do you think just a regular average person watching this on HBO, what do you think they would get out of it?
Well, I don't think that it's I don't think it's in. I don't think you have to be a professional comedian to enjoy it, because it's you know, it's not a comedy show. It's a show about comedy. But of course, when you get like those guys chatting, it's, you know, come up with funny stuff. And there was points where I couldn't stop laughing at something Louis came up with, and then Chris Rock. Chris Rock doesn't speak much, but when he does, he cuts to the bone.
Jerry is a professor.
In the time we have left, I have to ask you about The Office, because most people know that you not only are a comedian yourself,
Ricky, stop looking at her like that.
What?
You like this.
She terrifies me. She terrifies me.
He's scared of you.
She came backstage and she went, "We're going to have fun. Enjoy yourself." Like that.
No, I was going to ask you about the... No, let me do it. No, I'm going to defend myself.
Yeah, defend yourself.
I came out and I said, "I'm so glad you're here. We're going to have fun." And you said, "How do you know?" And
There was none of this.
There was none of this. Nobody else came out. I came out.
That's
and
true.
I'm being maligned.
That's true.
And Barbara, we got to let Ricky go.
Enjoy yourself. We're wrapping.
Ricky, thank you for coming. We love you. Don't be such a stranger, Ricky. Talking Funny debuts on HBO Friday, April 22nd. We'll be right back.